you are a subscriber or a frequent follower of one Talk, you know that professional engineering registration is something that should not be difficult for you at all. Because we have worked so hard to come up with a playlist answering a lot of what's needed to be done in that process. And I think, I don't know if there's anything that we've not been able to cover. I really like to in the comment section so we can be able to work on that. And every time I think of something around professional engineering registration, I always come up with a video about it, answering that question. Every time somebody asks me a question around it, I always come up with a question answering that as well. Including connecting engineers also to the mentorship group. We've done that. I think there's a video that I did like 3 or 4 years ago. In that video, I linked the WhatsApp group, the different IT WhatsApp groups for mentorship. So I really don't know if there's anything remaining to do, but anyway, if it comes to my mind, I'll definitely do a video about it. But today, I want to talk about some of the common mistakes that engineers make when they register as professional engineers. Yeah. So yeah, let's look at some of them. So on the top of the list is thinking you don't have what it takes. Yeah, this is something. Yeah, this is actually a thing. You actually, I don't know, you actually just feel, no, I have not acquired the right experience, I have not accumulated enough, I've not been able to do this. No, I don't think I'm qualified. So that's the first mistake that engineers make. You actually don't need to wait until you get the full experience to start. I did a video on like the basic requirements that you need. Of course, I only like a link there. You don't have to have made all that to start. You can always start where you are. The funny thing is, once you start, you actually come to know what's pending, what you need to add or what you need to. You get what I mean? Like when you always just leave it there, like you're not. It's like when you have like an idea and it's just in your mind, if you haven't taken an opportunity to maybe write things down and see everything clearly, it's so scattered everywhere. So you actually might be thinking you don't have the right experience, but you might actually have everything set. To be honest, yeah. So that's the first mistake that that graduates make when it comes to professional engineering registration. Is thinking, no, I'm not ready to do that. But most times, I don't know, is it imposter syndrome or is it worse? But I don't know what usually feels like forever for us to start out. Yeah, but most likely you always have the required experience to register. And if you don't, you can only know that once you start the process. And I've also talked about some of the reasons that you consider registering as a professional engineer. I've attached that video as well here. And if you're that person who wants to go through this journey, then you start where you are. You can even start when you just introduce it to the I mean, it will save you so much pressure of trying to remember the things you did, I don't know how many years ago. Yeah? So don't ever feel like you don't have enough experience. You start the process, you'll be able to know what's there and what's missing. And to be able to address what's missing, there is anything missing from it. Another mistake that graduates make when it comes to professional engineering registration is waiting to perfect their report before they have somebody look at it, review it. I talked about the IK mentorship sessions that happen in bi-weekly for C1. I'm not sure what the frequency for the others, but I know it happens for agricultural, mechanical, electrical. So you have professional engineers who look at your report and they guide you on how to make it better. I'm not saying do a shoddy work and have people look at like a shoddy report that doesn't make sense, but we don't need it for it to be like all perfect. I've seen that. And something about presenting a report. I know sometimes it feels like, okay, so everybody is going to be there because there are also people who want to register, they don't attend those meetings. It's like they are watching you, present what you have done. And it's quite humbling, but it's quite a learning experience. It will make things faster for you. Sometimes even the fact that you thought that you did well, you'll be able to see, even just present, before somebody tells you what to do, just presenting it before someone, it goes a long way. So do not wait too long before you actually give someone, like, okay, present it to to present it to someone. You can actually even do it with a colleague or a friend to have actually have a look at what what you have on your report. Yeah. Basically, for me, what I did my presentation from the IK session. I did my presentations. I was mentored by the engineers there, and was mentored the right word. Okay, they reviewed the project. What I had my part one. My part one I did way earlier. I did way earlier. I just updated it. I think I did it even before I got to 2 years, but I updated it. My part two now, yes, I had presented my part one before I got to 3 years, 3 months afterwards. So I just updated it. And then part two, I did present and I was guided. Then after that, I also circulated it in my office. All professional engineers who were in my office, I circulated the report to them. And those who are willing to help or look at it, did, and it really actually just helps you to do it faster. And I also had something from another engineer who was saying when she was doing it, she did it with other engineers in her office. And I think if you do that, it's also much faster because you are doing the same thing and you're able to work it out with other people. So do not wait so long before you actually have someone look at what you have worked, what you've come up with. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's the second one that graduate engineers make when they are trying to work on it. The third one, okay, this is real. The third one is procrastination. This is actually a real one, and this one happens because no one is no one is gonna go behind your back and push you. You know, finish that, you need to finish that. If you get that one, you're so lucky. But it's up to you. Up to you. I mean, very soon, I want to actually look at the average timeline for registration. I do love video, but and wait, I like data. If you have registered with us for the PD, please just tell me in the comments how long it took you. I could use that data. But what I was about to say is, no one is going to tell you, you know, register. No one is going to tell you, um, there is no deadline, there is no consequence. The consequence is only on you. You get what I mean. And sometimes when it's fully dependent on us and there is no pressure, and you know, life, there's so many things that are giving you pressure. I mean, you might easily focus on, oh, this makes me think about something that I learned. I ever learned about something called, what is it called? It's actually like a square. It's like a square, and it's not a square, but like, okay, I'm going to explain to you what it is, and maybe what I'm talking about will come. It's like a way of prioritizing things. So you have like 4 boxes, and then like you have like access, important, urgent. So you have urgent, important on the first box. So you have urgent, not urgent, important, not important. So you have urgent, important on the first box, urgent, not important, not urgent, important, not urgent, not important. So like it's a way of categorizing like a task, so your responsibilities in a way so you can prioritize. You can know the urgent important ones, the things that you have to do now. Then you have the important but not urgent. Those are the things that they will affect your future, but they're not urgent. So it's always you can easily overlook what's important but not urgent. They're the things that you can easily overlook because the urgent, important, and urgent, not important always overtake. So it actually boils down to everything. That's why, working your own niche with other people and having mentors who look at what you're doing actually speeds up the thing for you, helps with the procrastination thing. Yeah. So if that's you doing your reports and you feel like you're taking forever, just look for someone else who's doing it. Actually, it makes things so fast. Look for someone else who's doing it, and whatever you've done, have someone look at it, present it. If you want to present for civil, let me know. I'll book you actually. I'll book you immediately for civil. Yeah. For others, I'll link for you the group, the people who handle those. Yeah. So it's pretty fast. It's actually pretty easy and pretty fast. And if you get people who are doing it and do it together, and also have people look at what you're doing. Yeah. The fourth mistake that I think credit engineers make when it comes to professional registration is thinking that the process is hard. Granted, the process is tasking, honestly. Is tasking, especially when you decide, remember I was talking about procrastination, and something that I didn't say now that I think about it, you need to give yourself like a timeline to complete your report. I know life happens, but if there is nothing, normal life pressure, give yourself, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months, just tell yourself in this day and start making. That time of stretch, you'll work like crazy. It's a skill, but it's not undoable. It's not rocket science. Just documentation, documentation, actually. So, yeah, actually that's what it is. It's documentation of the experience and documentation of one of the projects that you did. So, thinking that the process is too hard for you, that's actually where you go wrong because it's difficult. Just that you have to remember, you need to put that experience in words, then in a way that is presentable for someone to look at and understand and prove you as capable of being trusted in the engineering responsibility. Yeah, so simple, very easy. The last mistake that I think now the business might be making with engineering registration is not getting mentorship. Not getting guidance. I talk about the IT mentorship. You can use professors in your work, you can use any professional engineer that you know to just guide you on how to do it. And then if somebody has gone through something, a process, they make it much easier for you. So don't don't do it yourself. And something as simple as using all the right templates. I mean, you do it, finish what you detail, and then they'll send you back. You just slow your process further. So get mentored as soon as possible. And even when you are starting out your career, just get someone who will mentor you, a professional engineer, someone who you look up to. They actually tell you these things, even if you didn't know about them. Someone it will come up at a certain point. So get mentorship always, yeah. It will always speed up with them. It will always speed up whatever you're doing. And every time I think of mentorship, I can't forget our sponsorship also. Giving opportunities, to just inspiring people to be the best that they can be, but also giving them the opportunities that they need to grow. Now, I have opportunities for you. If you want to be mentored as a PE, I actually I'm going to book you for mentorship for those sessions. If you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer. But if you want to be mentored by other because we have like water engineers, geotechnical, highway, structures, and all that. I'll actually do that for you. So I'm trying also to give opportunities and not just to mentor as well. Thank you, Julia, for teaching me that. So yeah, those are the 5 reasons. Yeah, those are the 5 mistakes that project engineers make when it comes to professional engineering registration. Are you making one of them? Let me know. Yeah, ensure you subscribe, like, and share this video.